Welcome to. Let me take 1 minute to introduce the jury to you. So I asked them to introduce themselves. And I'll give the mic to Karin first, and then she can briefly state her name and give it to the next one. Thank you.
Well, you stated my name already, so that's me. Karin Kersten. Nice to meet you.
Brian Melledorf. Hi, I'm David Beckett.
Hi, I'm Raoul Renshoven, and have fun, team, have fun.
Thank you, my name is Arjan Vos.
Jordan Clevenger.
Chris Ferris. Don Gittel.
Alright, here we are. We've got already one team here, some teams already waiting in line. I want to ask the next teams to already, the ones who are doing the picks, to line up behind them. So all of you outside, you can line up on the door which is down here. Yes, like we discussed this morning. Okay? Well, that's it, I think. I'm not handing off to anyone except for the teams, I guess. So, good. Yeah. Okay? Miss anything?
Application.
Representing Team 3. As you're aware, we are still under impact of the 2008 financial crisis. Right? Last week we had Deutsche Bank, who were fined almost 14 billion euros. One of the main reasons for this is the mortgage-backed securities, which caused the crisis, and the fact that there were a lot of issues with them. First of all, they were not transparent. There was very heavy leverage on them. And on top of that, there were a lot of fake documentation and very poor risk management. These are the key points which we can solve using the blockchain. And we have tried to use the Hyperledger here to create a solution that will allow all the different parties to work together on the blockchain, make it more transparent, allow the regulator to be able to view the data, similarly the investors, and ensure that all the parties are able to report the same information. We have tried to take into account...
15 more seconds, time is already gone, 15 seconds.
We have tried to take into account 3 of the factors and created our solution. We believe that this is the best solution to revive the mortgage-backed securities market, which is it's a $1 billion market. And if you need more information, you can always come over to our desk, where we will use our 5 minutes to explain more details about our solution to the jury.
Okay, firstly, thanks to Yuri for inviting us, and for the team who flew in very short notice to help us put together this presentation. So we think that banks need to do a lot more. They're doing pretty basic services. We want them to provide advice, aggregate value, and facilitate access. So we said, with Hyperledger, how can we do that with a customer and all the normal players in the ecosystem? And we said, let's think about a bike purchase. And if we order a bike, and we then debit and credit the accounts, and the merchant then sends through a shipment, and we give access to a third party like an insurance company, can they push a relevant offer if our customer accepts offers. And in this case, the client does. So here we're looking at our GUI that we developed, and we're looking at the online shop that we just looked at. And we're selecting a very beautiful Dutch bicycle. We're putting in our mobile phone number instead of our IBAN. We have an alias database. And we see our 4 nodes working very busily in the background on Amazon in this case. And what did we learn? We can do peer-to-peer value exchange. We can actually work in Amazon with Hyperledger. We've never done that before.
Your mic is, do you need a mic? It's behind your laptop, yeah?
And start. So today, if you want to buy music, and if you're an artist and you're selling music, then you have to go through a third party, whether it be Spotify or YouTube or any other of the big corporations there. And there's no direct link between the artist who's creating his content and the buyer who wants to buy it and actually wants to support the artist. Well, there's a solution for that. Well, you all heard of it, of course, the blockchain, that's why we're here. And how it works? Well, very simple. An artist still creates music, he'll put it on a network which can be created by any service provider, can still be Amazon, can still be YouTube, and they will send and put the data, the metadata of it, encrypted on the blockchain. Then when a buyer wants to buy some music from a customer, he will go through the blockchain, which will then, via a smart contract, go to the bank and make a payment directly to the musician, musician, not the magician. And then he will be able to, with the black box technology of a video player or a music player, be able to get it directly from the network. I think my time is on, and I want to thank my team. You were all awesome. Thank you very much.
Okay, you got your mic?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Okay, good evening everyone. We are Team 6 to Blockchain, and our mission here is to empower you. Data privacy is a huge concern today, and very recently in the Netherlands, there was an unfortunate event where 2 million household energy data records were stolen. And these records are extremely valuable because suppliers and agencies can use them for their own benefits without our knowledge. Now, we don't want our data to be used by somebody else without our knowledge, do we? So we have a solution for this, and this is what we've been working on over the weekend, and it's a very simple web-based application where you control your personal data and you select who you want to share it with and for what purpose. So in essence, what we are offering is you have control over your data, and you select whether you want to grant or revoke permission, and you can in the future also trade your own personal data to create value out of it. And we all believe that we should be in control of our own personal data, and I'm sure that you will agree. I hope I'm right in that, right? Okay, thanks.
Hi, good afternoon. This is the story of Bob and his OPA, which is an online panorama of assets. And Bob, as an everyday person, has a need to consolidate his financial information across various banking accounts that he has with multiple banks for use in availing services such as mortgage financing, financial planning for his kids, education, future. But today's approaches, including PSD2, have a provision for a third party that Bob has to trust with his credentials and access. Now, given this, we feel that blockchain can help by creating a shared content infrastructure which is secure for Bob to access information, consolidate it, and then use it for various services. This can even be, the basis of a trusted platform that banks and fintechs can use to provide innovative services using overall credit profiling, synchronizing financial assets with this changing financial goals. And we absolutely loved every minute of it, and we want to thank the organizers for this opportunity. Thank you very much.
Number 11.
Number 11, please be ready down there. It's the next one, you need to be connected now.
Number 11 and 12.
Okay guys, so today we travel a lot, all of us, and we do our payments global. But with all the global payments we have two common problems. First is that credit cards are violent to fraud and to other security issues. And with the wire transfers, they are not automated and not instant. So, what do? We have recent initiatives from SWIFT to make a global payment initiative on instant clearance between banks. Given that, and having Hyperledger blockchain, we made a fast payment interface for direct and instant transactions between bank accounts. So, we have major benefits of no transmission of sensitive data between parties during the purchase, and instant initiation of transfers via bank API, and real-time visibility of the payment statuses for all the participants. And we could monetize it with the transaction and subscription fees of the service. And this is the only thing we know about the future of the payments. They are fast.
In 2010 zijn we begonnen met de blockchain container tracking probleem. Iedereen weet dat een exporter die zijn goederen gaat vervoeren, gaat in de container gehuurd, komt bij de importer terecht en waar de goederen dan verder verdeeld worden. Maar we hebben een gigantisch probleem. Want containers along the way get lost and get stolen. And the reason for that is that there is no consensus among all the different and individual chains. However, and that is reflected in the pricing. But if we use blockchain, there is consensus of the transaction, on the location, and the provenance. The benefits obviously is that it's a cost saver, and furthermore, it's a product for ABN AMRO and IBM together, so they can give us a turnkey solution to the client. At the moment, we are still in the process of having a system that where the input is manually, but the next phase is that we want to automate it via the Internet of Things, which obviously the benefits will be increase of efficiency and save cost. And also, we want to thank you for this wonderful 2 days hackathon. Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon. I'm sure all of you remember the financial crisis and namely that the bank using like exotic product with high risk.
Can you use the mic for your side?
So I repeat, like I'm sure everybody remember like the financial crisis and the fact the bank used like exotic product with high risk. In fact, like nobody could really objectively evaluate like the asset in their book, and funny enough, the problem is still actual. So in fact, our idea will help the banks and also like the market authorities to assess, certify, and also like monitor like the risk of the financial assets. So we will use like as a ledger, and if you take like for instance ABN AMRO as a bank, you can create like a contract with this full definition, which will be like the blockchain. From there, like we will have like for instance rating agency. We can give like a certified the risk, and then market authorities will be able to have a permission access to this information. In fact, this information is transparent. Is also like is also secure sense to is secured, and we will continue like after based to that like one of the application, for instance, is like same than the team 2 use of the CDS. So we'll be happy to welcome you like later, introduce you like what we program. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, welcome everyone. I'm Richard from team VoteChain, and we looked at a little bit of a different problem, but it is a big problem. It's that people aren't voting enough, but there is a very deep underlying bigger problem that people have lost faith and trust in democracy. And we want to tackle that by giving power not to the people, but to the person themselves. So, how are we going to do that? That's interesting. We're going to do that by making a mobile application, so everyone, everywhere, anytime they want, can vote. And they can vote on whatever they want, and not only on simply what they think is right, but also on who they think is good, who they think knows better than them what they can vote on. We have made use of the Hyperledger blockchain technology because it is very secure, but on the other hand also very transparent. It's just a beautiful technology, people. So the path a person can take is that they can all vote for themselves, or they can abstain their vote to send a message, or they can go into the vote chain and then vote for a person who then can vote on a person, who then can vote on a person, which is basically a chain of trust. I hope to see you all very soon there for some more demo, for some more presentation, and I want to thank my wonderful team. I love you guys. Thank you very much.
Fair rate. And we also looked very similar as one of the previous teams at the structured products market. So the bond market currently is about $100 trillion worth, and all the financial products in it are rated by merely 3 companies: Moody's, Fitch, and S&P. And in 2008-2009, they were seen as one of the catalysts of the financial crisis. So what we think is that this market is too concentrated, and the dynamics between these big 3 rating agencies and investment banks is off. And this results in unsolicited ratings, issuing companies can go rating shopping, and a lack of transparency in the ratings. So currently, if Philips wants to issue a bond, they have to pick one of the 3 main rating agencies for instance, an institutional investors like ABG to buy these bonds. Our solution, Fairrate, works with independent rating analysts and the wisdom of the crowd to come to a more consolidated rating on these bonds or other structured financial products. This is what it looks like, and this is what we think that it will do. We're on the 2nd floor, so if you have any questions, please drop by.
Thank you.
Our concept Medibank revolutionizes the way we store and use medical information using blockchain. We intend to create a system where the complete medical information for a person is stored in the form of chain. Now, this can be updated by a GP, hospital people can update it, and a simple entity like a pharmacist can update this information. We say that privacy, we know that privacy is a very big issue. So how we deal with it is that we provide role-based access to people. For example, a pharmacist can see only the medicine and prescription-related information and not more. You may ask, how important is this system? What does it bring to us? Well, it has a lot of uses. One simple case, think of a situation where a person has an allergic reaction to a prescribed drug, and the 112 or the 911 person comes in. He opens Medibank on his app, and he can see the latest prescription he had, he can see the list of allergies he had, and he actually knows now what the problem was and how to handle it. So we can actually say that Medibank is a system that saves life, and that's why we are remaking the lifesavers.
Thank you for coming. So I would like to talk to you guys about globalization. So right, everybody knows globalization is great. It empowers innovation and it lowers the costs. However, there are still some concerns that need to be addressed. Like there are some people working under poor conditions or with lower wages. So in order to circumvent these things. Sorry, this is from this derives my problem definition, which is the lack of accessibility to equal participation for individuals across the world. So in order to address this, we use the blockchain technology. And by doing so, what I mean is that we provide a global IT marketplace where we connect the service providers to the requesters, regardless of where they are, and of course at any rate between them. How do we do this? Here is a demo. A requester of the service, he enters the blockchain and then he submits his contract, and then all the people connected on the network can bid on this contract. And once they have it, the service provider, so the requester, he accepts the bid, and then at the same time he puts a deposit in the bank to ensure that the money will be given to the service provider. And once that is done, the product is being delivered, then at the same time the transaction is made and the ownership of the product is transferred. There are some benefits with that. There is we have to round out now. Sorry, time is gone. Okay, well, that it's cheaper. It reduces costs. It increases opportunities for accessibility across the world. It introduces trust, transparency. Okay.
Everybody, I think great event. We would like to present you iControl. What you see is what you pay. Currently, I'm building my own house, which frustrates me sometimes because the parts of deliveries I don't have true ownership upon. So we came up with the idea to come up with an application where you can, as a customer, decide when you want to pay for your delivery. We made up a smart contract where 3 parties are in: customer, constructor, and bank, where the deposit in. And you can decide if you get a message from the constructor that, for example, my floor is ready, that I can acknowledge that the floor is correct. If it's correct, then I will accept it. If not, I will reject it, which you can see in the history logging, which made able for everybody, because it's visible for everybody, to see what the actual status is of the parcel delivery. Very cool application, which is transparent for everybody. Increase the speed when the constructor gets his money. Customers is all of the real decision maker. MVP is on 2nd of October. Can be used for other contracts as well. And the focus is to win and to release it in the market.
Good luck. Hi, good evening everyone. So we have a simple use case here. Currently in this airline industry, if you see, many of you have already seen a challenge when you are doing an air travel or air plan, you keep the insurance outside of your plan. That's the case. And the reason for that is, if you see, that these are the stats based on which there is a lot of potential market for us to get into the insurance market. So if you see, there is a person can get 600 euros in case he has a claim for a delay in the flight or cancel. So that's all things which are there. And if with this, what we want to bring in is a chain insurance. We call it our solution, where we, with the help of the blockchain hyperledger, what we try to do is we try to bring in the trust and the transparency between all the participants which will be there in that particular platform. So with that, what we try to do is we try to get instant claim refunds, hassle-free, and P2P insurances. But the most important part is, once we launch this particular product, the moment you get into the airport and you see the departures, your flight is delayed by 1 hour, you get an instant message on your screen that 80 euros has been refunded in your account. So that's where we want to target for. And if you want to get into the demo part, then we are located in this area. You know this.
The jury knows where you are going to be. So you know, people directly. Hello.
Hello, I'm Srikanth.
So go ahead, team 22.
Good afternoon, members of juries and fellow hackers, all of you. So we are presenting here process. So we are basically trying to transfer money from one country to another country. Suppose a person from Netherlands wants to transfer money to India. So he has to go to a local bank, and there are many intermediate parties are involved, and which actually increases the time it takes. It takes around 3 to 5 days. But with this blockchain in action with process, we are trying to remove all the intermediate parties, and now with the blockchain services, we will have a direct connection between those bank branches, and money can be transferred. It will reduce the time it takes. So we will transferring money in almost real time. It will surely increase the satisfaction of customers. So this is what we are trying to do. So we are located on the 3rd floor. You can come to us and...
Yeah, again, jury knows we are Next one is team functions. The first team of functions. I should after the team captain. Yes? Yes, and the speaker. Thank you. Go ahead, team 23.
Yeah, good afternoon guys. Our idea is intercompany matching. Basically, what is intercompany matching? All large multinational groups have multiple hundreds of business units which have millions of transactions which happen between them. These transactions are cash and liquidity neutral, but they have to be expedited. The problem statement: sheer volumes of transactions and operational structures of Nostros which are available on legacy technology and manual work makes this really tough. What is our idea? We plan to set up a private blockchain scalable to an external public blockchain network. We intend to set up a distributed shared eco-ledger to introduce pre-transaction matching. Regulatory expectation is to have an in-control consolidation process of the group, and we intend to give that in a consolidated view. One group level overview of shared ownership. That's eco-chain for you. Thank you.
Functions 2, functions risk team. Presenta la cara the captain. And
hi, this is Shubham. We are from ABN AMRO team Skull. Good afternoon, everyone. In today's world, when a client goes to a bank for the loan, most of the banks only focus on the financial aspects of the risk, but while completely neglecting the non-financial aspects like environmental risk or the social risk. Like if we consider a client from the manufacturing industry, are their clients disposing their chemical or water waste in a proper manner? Are they following certain standards? Are they causing any harm to the environment or society? So we as a responsible member of the society would like to make a global responsibility of each and every member of this world and the planet. And we would like to come up with a solution called sustainability risk. And it mainly focuses on the environmental risk, ethical risk, and the social risk. And the consensus can be made among the various parties, the UN-defined policies, the ABN AMRO policies, and various international organizations. And this is an effort towards a better future and a better planet. Thank you.
Good luck, team 25.
Thank you, Yuri. Good afternoon, fellow hackers, and good afternoon, ladies
Oh, I
and
think we
gentlemen.
have to stop. What's the issue? Yeah, alright, okay. So we're gonna restart the clock.
Alright. Good afternoon all, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. I have a question for you to think about. Have you ever thought of buying or selling stocks without clearing, without a custodian, and without an exchange? Our application built on the Hyperledger will make this possible. So, no excuse not to use this application. Repeat, show me the good stuff. So this is the application where you can see the portfolio is now going to sell 80 stocks of Heineken. This takes a while, so the Hyperledger is settled there, and we have a connection through the Wi-Fi spot. You can see it is now being available for sale, and now he's logging on as Martijn, and Martijn likes to buy Heineken, so he's selecting Heineken. You can see it is there at the offers, and he is buying it for 10 euros a piece, 80 pieces. It's again takes a while. And now he's selecting it, and you can see it's gone.
26 team transactions. The only home team, I have to say. They know the buildings where I have an advantage. Good luck.
Have fun.
Okay, good afternoon everyone. I'm Ashwin Althoff and I'm presenting on behalf of my hackathon team. We are doing risky business. We as the bank continuously managing risks, and these risks are changing over time. We see that we interact with each other, we exchange value, we connect, we create, and we play globally. Global markets create challenges to conquer. We as IT should make a system that stores data securely, be trusted by everyone, and run 24/7. We follow risk as a service. Therefore, we made Risky Business. Risky Business is a game based on Hyperledger and a board game Risk. A game with no need for a central server. It has minimal running costs. Data integrity is covered by Hyperledger, and no cheating is possible. People, I present to you Risky Business.